the Dan app was my very first capstone project at Springboard, and it is a Japanese language learning app. And my inspiration for designing the app stemmed from my experiences studying Japanese in both high school and college. There are just many language learning apps available to download in app stores currently. However, many students who download these apps lose motivation after using them due to so many factors, such as the lack of interactivity, zero immersion, and also students could not really gain access to explanations in these apps if they answered a question incorrectly or even correctly. So these were a lot of pain points that were made clear to me through a lot of user research and interviews while I was working on this project with multiple students. And it really led me to focusing on how to really relieve this confusion that students would have, like if they had gotten an answer incorrectly, but also really focus on making this an interactive experience for language learners so that they would also feel motivated and like language learning was fun through this digital experience. In Japanese, dandan is an adverb that means gradually or little by little. It was a goal of mine to ensure that users of the dandan app could learn Japanese gradually at their own pace while also improving their language comprehension. So when a user actually creates their account and starts using the dandan app, they are actually allowed to create not only their profile for learning, but they're also able to engage in a community of other language learners. So let's say that they were doing a study session and they also did the review session. And the review session, by the way, actually incorporates a feature where if a user does get something wrong, they can get an explanation and actually read more about what the right answer was, why that is the correct answer, and also see the sentence structure, or maybe it's the correct kanji or maybe the correct vocabulary word and the meaning. But there's a community where the users could also, if they wanted to, reach out to other language learners with questions they may have about the language or maybe even about cultural references if they really wanted to. And a lot of people that I interviewed for the user interviews really appreciated that feature. And then there's also, it's not real, but there's also the feature of the rewards page where users can actually have the points that they've gathered through their lessons and their reviews and redeem points to real items related to Japan and Japanese culture if they wanted to. So in a perfect world, if this was a real page or a real feature for the rewards page, a user could actually gain their points. And if they really wanted to purchase a manga, which is like a Japanese comic book from a bookstore here in like New York City, if they had enough points, they could redeem it and go pick it up and then practice reading their reading comprehension with that Japanese book. And the whole point of the rewards page was not only to just find a way to motivate users even more and also understand their interests, but really create a way for users who are studying Japanese or students to take that knowledge that they've gained from within the app and also utilize it in the real world.